Welcome back, folks. This is your host, DBDKMP on YouTube, DBDKMP for the games, DaBLackKing'sPLay refresh on the house, yo. And this is part 4. Welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy 7. Part 4. And we should reset the emulator. Probably going to. Yeah, that's what I figured. You're going to be seeing me again, yay. Not. Okay. I don't want you people seeing me because this is not what it's about. It's seeing me, you lame. I'm sorry about the yelling at me, y'all. But anyway, at any rate, I'm gonna filter that in one of the bonus episodes of the actual thing singing stuff, or whatever you call that stuff at the beginning of the game. So yeah. So lot 1, as I said before, we're going to start from here. And there's only one reason. Because of the flower thing. Now, we're going to see what the dialogue will say. We're not going to really advance the profile or advance the file on this per se. I'm not even going to talk to anybody in this. Because, you know, if I have to, it'd be because I would be saving it. But this is before we continue on with the game, we will be loading that up. So let's just do it. You want to meet your little bait? What? I don't remember that set. Wait a minute, really? What? Huh? Little baby. Hey, don't act like you don't know what I mean. I'm telling you. Okay, go on ahead. Okay, that was interesting. I think I'll reload that again. Just because I want to know what the difference is. Anyway. Papa! Okay, blah, blah, blah. We'll flip through all this. Just saying. We've already seen this part. As you know, blah, 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 blah. We gotta go through the name select string. Just for some giggles, I'm just gonna rename Tifa. I'm not really, because... Oh yeah, there's this part 2. Yeah. I should have known. He's always pushing people around, and you've always been in fights ever since you were little. Oh, I was worried. I was just so worried about my little cloud. Tifa M. like Nart. Okay, lick. Okay, whatever. Licking. Okay, let's just select that just for shits and giggles. Flowers, how nice! You almost never see them here, so now see, if you didn't get the flowers and you did either one of them, it would be just a little bit more different than that. But, far from me, oh Cloud, you shouldn't have. Let's give it to Marlene. Now, I think she says something though if you give her the flowers. So let's have a talk to her. Sorry, Cloud. Snarly seems a little shy. Okay, let's see. No, that's what I thought. Never mind then. So basically, that's the short end of that stick. All right. Now you'll have to pardon the message if you're looking at me again on the game. Doggone emulator, sort of thing. Sorry about the few seconds you had to see me there, but I was trying to get it to show this. Now, we're going to reset again for 2 simple reasons. Well, we're going to reset one more time just to continue on the story, but because of that one little intricate thing, I've never really known him to say that. I've never actually played this game where he actually said that. And of course, if you know what I'm talking about, then good for you. But if you don't, it's off the CD version, because as I've said before, I've never actually played this off the emulator. Now, I mean, I can't say I've never actually did a little bit when I finally got a chance to. So, yeah, because see, for the longest time when I got emulator, all I did was decode because the hard drive couldn't handle it, or whatever, what I was using back when I finally got emulation. So, what I would do is I would just do Suikoden 1 and 2. So yeah, we're gonna load this one more time. I'm sorry if this seems a little boring to you people out there that Want to see me continue on the storyline? Like I said, I will. I'm just doing it because I want to see the difference. Because I've never actually done this before. As you already know, I mean, even off the CD version, I didn't even know about this little thing that you can get unlocked. So, yeah, I didn't even know about that. Now let's see if I can't run up to him again. Oh, that didn't do it this time. Okay, it must be like a random thing you can get or something, because I still don't know what he says if you say move out of my way. I don't know what he says. Damn it. I guess I'll have to just like put that in the bonus feature or something, because I don't know. Well, let's just attempt to do it one more time and see if it happens, because I just want to do this before I continue on. It should only take a few minutes. I'm sorry about the saying this stuff over and over and over. It's boring, I know, but because I just want to see this, even if it is on screen. If not, I'll just have to do it off screen sometime. Which, even though I said something about sweet coding that I was going to do something off screen, I decided not to. I thought, well, you know what? I'll just give it a go. Wait a minute, which one did I load? Good. I'm gonna give this one more chance and see if it'll let me have that, because I want to see what happens if I say out of my way. Okay, good. We got it. Out of my way. Yeah. Just calm down, Mon. I can't have people suspecting us, Mon. Okay, go on ahead. Okay. Alright. Now that we've seen that, we can go on now. We can continue on the game. Okay, see, I told you I would do it. Alright. So now we're going to officially continue on the game. Now, I probably should get rid of that other file or something. But because, unfortunately, even though you can use, like, multiple memory cards for the emulator, for some reason, you have to literally see if you can refresh the memory state, because it only loads one little deal that has only 2 memory cards. It only does that for some oddball reason. If somebody actually has a good copy of that where, it loads multiple slots without having to, take out the one I have here and switch it back and forth in order to do that, then please drop me a line, okay? Please and thank you. I would very much appreciate it. PM me on YouTube or something, okay? Or send it to my email address, which is dbdkmp@gmail.com. Anyway, now we're going to continue the slot for the main story. Now I'm going to show you Armored Core eventually. Now I can't show you Armored Core 2 for the PlayStation 2 because unfortunately I can't get a good copy of the emulator. Now we're going to do some explorations. And I believe there's some items in here. Well, I did get them on the CD version, but it's been a long time since I actually got it. Toilet. In the bathroom. Quote from It's Nickerby's son. It's Nickerby's son, anyway. I used to give us nothing but headaches when he was here, but now that he's gone, I kind of miss him. Isn't it? Yeah, if you say so, about your own son. Ha ha! I wonder if my son's already left. When it's just my wife and I here, you have no idea how lonesome it gets. Okay, that absolutely has no meaning whatsoever. But anyway, look at these little toys they got here. It's kind of neat how they have that little, in the game, toy thing. I'm not talking about the one with the, looks like it got a bow tie in it. That's, I suppose it's okay for craftsmanship, but, like the little station down there for, like, that has like a satellite on it or whatever. Yeah, I think it's pretty neat. Now, When it comes down to it, I'm gutless. I still got the, I'm, I'm just no good. I'm just a no good kid. Yeah, if you say so. Now, see, there's a person that was never even introduced except for in the movie. I think his name is Dustin or something. That's supposed to be Marlene's supposed boyfriend on and off. It's a controversial thing on the internet. Anyway, take care. Okay, the game just froze, just in case you wondered. Yeah, for a second there. Now, I think if you go down here, there's something here. I think you can come back down here and rest if you like. I think, I don't know, maybe it's just not all the time, but I think it's like a glitch or something, but yeah. Now, unfortunately, you couldn't talk to the one dude that was on the floor in here. You can't ever do that, even in the CD version. You know, it's not just because you think it's the emulator. I'm gonna tell you straight hand of hand. On the CD version, it's off the same. It's doing the same thing on there. It's not a glitch because you cannot physically talk to them. I have actually literally tried. I could literally try to do it on the emulator, but there's no point because I know it's the same result. Now the guy that I'm talking about, I forget his name. I think it's well, it's part of the crew. You know, the three henchmen besides, well, if you count Tifa, she's the fourth henchman, but she's more like a important character that continues on with you into the game. Now these other three, I'm not gonna spoil it too much, but yeah, those three don't exactly get a chance to do much. Now that's all I'm gonna leave that at. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to first of all, there's it here. Now, I can come back here later, but not that much later in the game. Now, that it depends on how far in the game you are. Oh, another slow day. If this keeps up, the store's gonna go under. Now I'm going under. Now you can see, if you don't get the reference. This game actually came out before that, and that was actually by Evanescence. Going under or down under. I think yeah, it's before that. So yeah, it's a little reference, even though it's kind of this game didn't. People that made it back then didn't even know about it. So yeah, because this is the future of now, not then. Anyway, can't sell any really good medicine in a sum like this. And this guy here, I don't know if he survived or not. I have no idea. Oh, look at this! It doesn't happen. It doesn't happen every day. You, a customer? Oh boy! Well, in the CD version, I had him where he jumped up. Oh my goodness! I've got a customer or whatever. Yes, welcome. We sell. We buy. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to take a real quick selection. It might help if I did the right button. Okay, it's X, by the way. Did you talk to them? So anyway, he's got Potion, Phoenix Down, which are all good items. Even those items in the game of Zakoden. Now, the reason why they weren't doing me any good, because I don't stock them up, because I don't see the point of wasting my money on getting my inventory full of nothing but potions. I mean, you can play it however you want. Now, see, these are good items to have. I've already got one restored. I can get more, but right now, oh wow, actually I have 2171. I didn't even notice it. I could have I had less than that. Oh well, anything you see every day. Now these are all good items, even as magic. Now this is the only time that you actually. Oh, I just bought it, didn't I? Oh, it's alright, it's alright. What happened if I press the right button? Oh, by the way, the menu button, now that I've worked it out, it's D. This is for Final Fantasy 7. Now, oh, damn it. I've got 2 stores. Alright, what I'm going to do is I'm going to sell that. And there's a reason. I can re-buy it back. This guy has plenty. I'm not going to try to, oh shit. Not sure which one I should, you know what? Forget it. We'll just go level up and get some more money, because we need to focus on doing that. Right now, however, we're not going to go leveling up. That's part of the continue on point. We're just going to continue on, actually, for this episode. It's just going to be about tutorials. Now, this guy here, actually has things that are useful. Now, they're for low-level people like us. He already has a assault gun. You can buy as many as you want to, but it don't really help you in the long run to do anything. Like in a lot of games, they have like, well, it helps if you have like a certain amount of weapons and stuff, you know, that kind of item or whatever. Yeah. Well, basically, yeah. But this game, I don't know. I actually bought quite a bit when I actually had a crap ton of money. So, yeah, and I think you can actually get this skin later in the game. I'm not sure. It's been a while. Actually, way too long since I've actually played this and beaten it. Now, I've only gotten as far as a train station when I finally got a chance to actually play this. So, yeah. And because the sound was so messing up a lot, I couldn't figure out what to do to fix it, even though I remember looking it up, telling me how to do it. Well, no matter what I did, it wouldn't fix it. So, no, this is going on anyway. Yeah, a grenade's pretty good. Explosive damage against one opponent. Long range weapon. I make it now. There is a you look it up. They actually have a skit about Barrett's satellite. Now I can see what they're saying there because it's actually true. It is really weak from a limit break. Not my limit break. Limit break he has. It's pretty cool, but you know, you're tired. Yeah. You know, you could actually pay 1 gil, and I believe you can actually get in. I don't know if it happens to be on the emulator or not, because I've never actually tried, because I've never played this game. I can't say it didn't start to when I got a chance to. Now, like I said, this episode is going to be, well, it's going to be part of the continuation, but we're going to continue a lot more of the story when we continue in part 5, so. How to use the buttons. If you didn't already know, you can actually come in here, but then again, Cloud also goes over it for you anyway in the tutorial that's about to come up. So this is like a really, they're all useful, don't get me wrong. However, a lot of these buttons are not going to. Oh, finger, what the? I'm the position accuser. Cursor, whatever they call it. They call me whenever you're walking around and confused. First the select button and other people of your tiny little head. Jeez, you stand out even more than I do. I guess you stand out even more than I do. Imagine the way, so just press the select button one more time. I'm pretty busy myself. I can't always come when you need me. If I don't show up sometimes, don't get mad later. Okay, well, that's actually a hint on something, but so far, in the emulated version, I can get it to stay on all the damn time. I mean, a lot more than I could on the actual CD. Anyway, red triangles mark the nexus and okay. Yeah, basically, okay, I realized I didn't know that, but I knew about the colors, I just didn't know that they actually marked that, but you know, whatever. Proceeds all materia. Cool. When we need it. Hey, you got one right off. That was materia. Next, take this treasure chest. Ow, my foot! So this guy got to say. This is the beginner's hall. Huh, 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 as I swing about my hands anyway. You say you're a beginner or a bomber? No, I'm just kidding, you're a beginner. But your eyes are say you're not? What the? Don't mess with me. I'm used to being a soldier, you know. I'll tell you how much I know and... Okay, anyway. And for free, too. Oh, okay. This is the part you can actually go into more detail about. And you can actually do this as many times as you want to, but you can't do this later in the game. So this is about the only time I would suggest you take advantage of it. Now, don't worry. I will go ahead and let it do it. I just want to get this before I forget. There you go. I received either. Or ether. Whatever you want to call that. Alright. I didn't mean to talk to you again, you mutt. Oh. Position cruiser. Press the select button when you're lost in the field. Usually the position cruiser will appear on the screen. Yeah, okay. But wait, there's more! And there's more! Anyway, red triangles mark the exits, and green triangles mark ladders. These will help you safely make it through even the darkest hours of the streets, or dangerous monsters and mountains. But there are times when it won't appear, so be careful. Well, if you know pretty much what you're doing, yeah, it's, well, you should be able to anyway. But for a lot of the parts, I mean, even if you did bring it up, it's not going to help because I think there's quite a few puzzles in this game. Yeah, it's not going to help. It's not really all that helpful. All it does is it helps you in terms of, well, if you've forgotten where the exit is, but it should be obvious. I mean, even though a lot of times they say the exit's by the red, that's actually contradicting because the fact is, like, you know, in a certain place that I know of, actually there's a lot of places now that I think about it, but yes, yeah, it's not going to be the exit. You're going to have to go through many doors in this game. I'm going to tell you, there's a lot of areas that will require you to do that, and they are not the exit. The true exit is the one you know when you're out here, even though it takes a long time to do it. And there's another part I'm not looking forward to, I meant to mention. Okay, here we go. What do you want to know? Alright, let's first of all, let's go over how to save. Now I'll tell you about saving. You know what'll happen if you don't save. That's right. Everything you worked so hard to do will be lost. You never know when there might be a power outage, and you've got a long battle ahead of you. It pays to save often, and take breaks when you need them. Anyway, you'll need a memory card to save your games. Now you can technically go through this game professionally and not save. Now that you'd have to be hardcore, and that's also being a true professional, but it depends on how mastery of any game you can do that can do without saving. And I mean literally saving on a memory card, and that also includes not using save states. I've actually done that. I'm not too good at it, but I'm getting there, and that's all thanks to Final Fantasy X. Yes, I know I'm mentioning a game that's more ahead of this one here, but yeah, a lot of people say that was the last decent game. Actually, technically, no. I hate to disagree with you on that one. I mean, I know it's your opinion. Like I tried to state before, I would say actually because the fact that the reason why I say it's not decent is because of the airships thing, and it's just dumb. They take away from the whole fact that you cannot control your airship. That's really not a decent game in my opinion. I mean, don't get me wrong. Every game of Final Fantasy so far I've actually truly loved. The graphics wise, I mean, a lot of the games they've done is kind of dumb. I mean, when you think about it, even though that when it comes to that, at that time it was actually worse. And then they came out with Final Fantasy, oh god, oh yeah, 13. Now that was worse because there was no airship whatsoever. I mean, what is the point of a Final Fantasy game if you don't have an airship? There's no point. And you know, there isn't a Sid in every game. I hate to tell you that. Whoever thinks that there's a Sid in every game, you're wrong. Now there has been quite a few games that actually had a Sid in it. So yeah, anyway, you'll need a memory card to save your games, but none of the stores around here sell any. I like that. That's pretty cool. That's interesting. He's basically referencing stores in the game. Yeah, that's true. So basically, in real life, you're the player. You got to go out and buy yourself a memory card. If you don't have one, I wouldn't worry about it too much, unless you're just a person that, has no experience in this field. It's not as good as other people are that can do it without saving. Period. You'll have to get some at a real store. Okay. I don't remember this saying this, but yes, I know what he's saying. I guess you already have a memory card. Now, this guy actually has a good voice actor when they actually brought out the movie and stuff. It's pretty good. Yeah. Anyway, I guess you already have a memory card. Put the card firmly into the slot. Now, I don't remember him actually saying that, but I guess if you didn't have one, I don't know, I've never really tried it without one, but I guess it would not say that you have one already? I don't know, but anyway. Put the card firmly into the slot. Put it in either the right or left side. That's what she said. Then when you're ready to access the menu, select save. Now see what we're going to do. What they're doing here is they're not going to really save anything. Remember, you can't just save wherever you want. You can only save at places marked save point. When you find one, message will appear. Actually, that's actually controversial because if you well, you can't save when you're in the airship, but you can when you're on the world map. Anywhere on the world map, you can save. It depends on where you're at. Actually, what they're trying to tell you right there, and I think they actually say it anyway. Whenever you reach a save point, you want to save your game. It's pretty cool the way they have that, but there's also games that actually come in with it automatically anywhere, period. Doesn't matter whether you're on the map or not, and you don't have to have cheat codes. Some of them you can actually get a cheat code for, but it's hard, you know, just to go and get them. But anyway, I think it's an interesting idea, especially if you're a professional at saving 100% the game that way. Then yeah, it's interesting that you could have a save feature button, whatever you want to call it. Anyway, slot 1 is on the left. Slot 1 on the left. Slot 2 is on the right. Choose either one. Now that's actually true, but the memory card for whichever game you're doing with Final Fantasy 7 or whatever could be on slot 2 and you can access it. But being as both of them light up, and there's actually, it will light them up, and then on Graham, sometimes you can have that. I don't know. Next, choose your file and save it. Each memory card can hold up to 15 files. Now, there's something there right there. You can actually get, I have one, it broke on me though. Anyway, it was a much bigger one, and it's even bigger than the one size that they have to offer nowadays for, and that's even, well, in terms of just what the size it says it is, but, and this is pretty huge, and this is more huger than this one is when they do it for PS2, but because of the fact that even though the PS2 files are kind of like smaller comparison to PlayStation regular games, yeah, it can take up a lot of room. So they came up with the megabytes. There is no gigabytes. You can do gigabytes on an actual PC. Now that's a bit different, but they don't have gigabytes worth of just one single game. Now altogether you can. You can have terabytes of all together of each different game, whatever, you know. Yeah, each memory card can hold up to 15 files. I think it was a 360 block or whatever it was. And trust me, these things have a lot more KB than megabytes. I mean, sure, a megabyte's probably a little bit more higher than a kilobyte, kilobytes, but yeah, the terms of size, which I did not know this. Because when you're on a CD, you don't know how much file space it's going to take. So, but on the emulator version, yeah, it'll tell you when you download it. It's a lot of KB. Looks like it's a more bigger size than the PS2 could even put it on their deal, even though that, you know, that's quite a bit. Anyway, if you have files from other games on it, there will be less room to save. The screen will only show 3 files at a time, so yeah, that's actually true. But it will lag the game. Period. It doesn't matter whether it's on PC or on the CD. Don't know why, but it does. And it's not because it won't lag the PlayStation. It lags the game when you have more than 3 save files of Final Fantasy 7. Now, and oddly enough, that's about. I mean, Final Fantasy series, even though that the other ones that were cartridge never did slow down the PC. Maybe that's because most of the damn time they didn't have nothing but 3 or 4 slots at a time, but still. Anyway, yeah. Press those directional buttons to scroll down the list. And you can see the rest. Remember, the more files you have, the longer it will take to load. One last thing. The memory card is a delicate device. Be careful when handling. Never remove it while saving or loading. Don't get mad even if you lose. If that happens, just chill out. Let your head and your console cool down. That's all. Remember to save often so you don't lose your game. I guess what they're referring to is a lot of people actually... I was like actually one of them. I really don't think I actually really viewed this before that happened, but yeah. Yeah, I'm one of those persons that literally took it out of the console. I mean, it took a while, but yeah, it finally got to me. That's happened to be a long time ago. And that's probably why they got into the habit of selling more consoles. But here's another thing. You have to be careful of your money if you have a living income, like me. Now, by that, I mean, try and find something else you can beat up, you know, like a pillow or something that won't break on you. That's the only thing I can suggest to you, no matter what age you are, because eventually it might be that you find yourself in a position like that anyway. Despite the fact that it tells you not to do this, and, you know, anyway, I mean, if you're rich, you're not going to get mad because, let me tell you, if you break it, you can go out and buy more. Literally, you can. I mean, I don't mean you can physically buy another Final Fantasy 7 copy or a memory card in person, like you can't, well, you know, like if you go to the actual store or something, but you can have it ordered online. Anyway, remember to save often so you don't lose your games. Now, how to heal your allies. Oh, brother, here we go. You probably already know this, but HP is your life force. HP, which is, I believe, health power or whatever. Anyway, if HP is lost in battle, you're out of commission. Actually, what they're referring to there is if your HP is completely lost, and it's not mentioning in there. But if you don't already get that, because it might be a little confusing. But yes, so I'm gonna explain it in full detail. Anyway, HP, if it goes to absolutely 0, your character will have just fallen down. He can be revived, but if everybody in the party goes down, it's game over. And it's a proven fact. It's not exactly a spoiler, but yes. You know, because it's happened. You can find that out for yourself if you don't believe me. Anyway, MP is the source of your magic power. If your MP is lost, you'll be unable to cast spells. Which, by the way, just because you're unable doesn't mean you still can't fight. Unlike in Pokemon, which is kind of lame, but whatever. It's actually in the show they have physically unlimited powers, but they have to rest because I mean a lot of times it's like a lot of the Pokemon which don't make no sense. I don't understand because a lot of times they have unlimited MP. You know where they don't, no matter how tired they are, they can still have enough power to do whatever, but then they want to continue on so they can continue to fight, they have to rest. Okay, but anyway, your MP is lost, you'll be unable to cast spells. So what should we do to cure a damaged ally? There are 3 ways. First, you can rest at an inn at a nearby town. Second, you can use items to help them recover. Third of all, you can use curative magic. I'll explain magic later. But here, we'll talk about items. Select item from the menu. Potion restores HP. If you can't find where potion is, access the menu and select arrange. To change the order of it, by the way, I didn't know this, but if you actually rearrange your items manually, yeah, it will affect your game. Not in terms of the main story or anything, but yeah, for some reason it does. It doesn't corrupt it per se, but you know, you can auto arrange it and have it to where that just automatically sorts it for you, and that works out fine. But I would not personally recommend it to manually do it. I mean, you can if you want to, but be advised that if your item arrangement, I think it is, or whatever it is a little screwed up. So, yeah, be very careful of that. Anyway, to change the order of items, you can arrange them however you like. Order items you'll use in the field. Order items you'll use in battle. Prioritize items you can throw in battle. Order weapons and armor separately. Order by name. Order by most items held. Order by least items held. By the way, key items are just that. Items that can unlock problems just like a key. They're very important items to have. Keep that in mind. Okay, now select you. Nobody that I know of could actually pull off the actual voice. I mean, especially people on YouTube, because there are a lot of people up there who do voice acting, which they do a good job, don't get me wrong. I give them credit, but I'm sorry, but the one that it's better than you. I'm not trying to put you down or anything. Don't take it like that. But, yeah, it's even better than me. The voice for Cloud and Barrett and Tippa. Now, those are pretty good back voices. Those are way much better than the ones that are even on YouTube. And I don't mean that in a certain way to say that you're not good at all, not worth listening to. I'm just saying that's just the better of it. Because they were perfect. Don't ask me why. Because all I can tell you is that they just work. Now, this happens to be not for people that actually played the game and that are trying to voice it, but for people who actually finally, where they kind of in a way that they remade it, but they just put voices in there, unlike when they did the game when it first came out. So, yeah, and don't get me wrong, you guys the voice actors are actually pretty good. They're perfect for the game. Well, for your half anyway. For my half, but I'm doing it, it's perfect for me. So, if you people aren't enjoying it, then go and turn it off. Whatever. Okay, just be advised that if my voice sucks compared to other people, I'm willing to admit it. But you know what? When I'm doing it and there ain't nobody else here, what do you expect? Okay? I'm not going to sit here and try not to voice them. I'm just not going to do it. Okay? I'm just being honest with you, okay? I'm not lying. I could lie. Say everything's fine, but I'm going to tell you, man, there's no point in not voicing them, because they should have had voices, but whatever. And for the record, I've actually noticed that Square Enix was there all along. Square Enix was not just created. A lot of people say because they weren't created, blah, blah, blah. Well, Square Enix was actually a part of the Final Fantasy project. And then Squaresoft, which is actually still Square Enix no matter what. Even Squaresoft itself is part of the Square Enix. Same company. There's no other changes except in the name. That's the only difference. So, and believe it or not, Square Enix did have a Final Fantasy, and it was not, I believe it was like Final Fantasy 2 or whatever, and they didn't have voices. So, it's not because of the fact that it was Squaresoft. No. But, yeah, Square Enix may have taken over, but even Squaresoft had voices too. So, in that regard, yeah, they're all the same company. The only difference is the name, and the difference is when they actually put out games. That's the only difference. They own each other. There's no real difference. And heck, if you look at Final Fantasy X and I think it's 8 or whatever, yeah, it says Squaresoft, or prefer evenings presented by Squaresoft or whatever. Yeah, they're both in that title. So there you go. There's also the clues that give it away. And that's not the only way to find out. You can actually look it up if you don't believe me. So, whatever. Anyway, okay, select. Okay. Okay, now select the use. The storage MP 100, storage MP by 100. Then select potion. Select the person you want to use it on. If they're already maxed out, you won't be able to use it on them. You can restore MP with Ether. You can use this the same way you did for potion. Just pick a number and use it. The number appearing next to the item name tells you how many are available. Now see, what another thing I meant to tell you about what Cloud said about later, about more advanced detail. There's no other time in the game. I'm sorry, but you can come back, you can try to go through the game and whatever, but if you continue on the storyline, you won't be able to come back here and you won't be able to find it. So, with that in mind, yeah. This is about the only time. I think you can come here during the time during a certain event that's going to put it out of commission where you can't access this area no matter what you do. But, yeah. Basically, when it comes out of commission, you won't be able to come up here. So you might as well take advantage of it while you can. Okay? If you're really interested in getting it done, getting it over with, just so you know what's going on here, I would really recommend doing this. Okay? Alright. Anyway, it tells you how many are available. Okay. Tutorial. Of course, the more you use, the less you'll have. Some enemies will drop potions or ethers, but you'll want to stock up whenever you're at your store. Well, I can't think offhand what enemies would actually drop potions and ethers, but I believe there's some regular enemies will be coming across here before you know it. That will drop potions. I'm not sure. I don't know about this area that we're coming up against, but yeah. You can also use the steel material, but that's a bit later on anyway. But you'll want to stock up whenever you're at a store, which actually, in that regard, you might want to make sure that you have lots and lots of money, just a crap ton of it, before you try to even, or at least quite a bit, so you can buy enough to survive on. Now, believe it or not, you can actually survive professionally on 50 potions, possibly 60, but you don't need 99 professionally to actually do it. But yeah, 99 does help out, and there's quite a bit of lot of items here you don't actually have to have a full stock of to make a deal out of it. And I'll tell you about them later anyway. But you'll want to stock up whenever you're at a store, which is going to be one last thing. That's what she said. If someone in your party gets wiped out, either rest at an inn or use finish down. There's another thing you can use as well to revive them, but I'm going to go into that a bit later. Anyway, that's all. What do you want to know? What you want to know? Curative magic. Now I'll tell you how to use curative magic. First, access the menu and select magic. Next, select who will cast the spell. Pick an ally equipped with restore materia. You can select another party member by using the L1 and R1 buttons. Now, I haven't figured that one out yet. It's been a while since I've actually played this, but well, actually, I don't think I actually did try to figure it out even then. I didn't really get a chance to. But since we're doing this anyway, we might as well figure it out as we go along. Anyway, the functions also work in the other sub-menus. Better remember that. This is magic. You can use monsters you can summon. You know, that's blanked out. There's nothing actually there. Not even the word summon, but whatever. and enemy techniques you've learned. Now, that's another thing I struggle with, is getting enemy techniques. I don't know how I was able to do it, but I was lucky. Like Pandora's box, I believe. I'm not sure how I even got that, to be honest with you. But I do know, I didn't know how I did it, but I finally remembered. It's that death technique. Now, there's another one just like it, but I'm not sure how you get it. It's through enemy skills. Yes, I said that. Now, I don't remember where that is right offhand. Actually, I don't even remember where it's at, period. It's been a long time, so you'll have to bear with me as we go down memory lane. I'm going to try and look and use Necker as a sort of guide basis because I need to find out where all the materia is. So as we continue on with the game, which for the most part I'm not going to bring it up because I don't need to. Like during this part, for instance, which is true, I don't need him. He doesn't even do this part anyway. Anyway, an enemy techniques you've learned. Whenever magic is selected, P needed. Edit ability, Cloud level 8, 323 / 336 HP, P16 magic. The available magic appears on the screen. So if you want to use Cure, you would select it from the menu, and select who you want to use it on. I think Potion is pretty expensive, so when you're near an end and you can restore MP, it's better to use Creative Magic rather than Potion. That's all. Actually, what he says, I don't know what he's referencing to. It's probably some kind of expensive store later on, because as far as I'm aware, potions are not that expensive in this lot of the half of the first beginning of the game. Pretty fairly cheap unless you're really low on cash, like in Suikoden when you first start out. Yeah, I guess it is a little bit expensive in that regard, but it's not that bad. So I will be stocking up on as much as I can. I'll probably get like 100, or not really 100 necessarily, but 99. I don't know. We'll see as we continue on. Anyway, that's all. Okay, now what do you want to know? Let's talk about weapons and armor. Oh, really? Equipping weapons and armor is basic to battle. Let me show you how it's done. Actually, what they're not mentioning here is it's just better to equip better armor when you get a chance, depending on how well it affects and does stuff. I'm not gonna say well, okay, for the most part, actually I am gonna say this. It is good to get double armor, but it also can be good to have normal armor. Because, I mean, I never really thought about this when technically speaking, but yes. Because they can provide with a little bit more extra defense, because for the most of the time, when you're trying to level up and everything, you're going to need to do that. You know, especially for certain things you want to get. But as far as getting other things like AP and stuff like that for your magic or your materia, you want to keep them on double. But you don't have to do that constantly 24. Most of the time, you're going to want to, I mean, this is just my suggestion, my personal opinion, because, I mean, I probably won't be running the game that way. I probably do what I can just to get, you know, some double armor. But anyway, yeah, because there's a lot of items you're going to need, and the way to get it is without the double armor. And for a lot of the part, I would suggest that you just do it with the double. But for the most part, switch back and forth. You know, when you've got a chance and you want to, you know, get certain items and level up, you know, especially when you need to level up to do certain things. And there would be side quests I won't be able to do because I'm going to have to do leveling in order to do them, because I refuse to do when they're low level. Because of the fact that they are really strong. I mean, there's one guy I could probably take down at a certain low level, but it's just worth it to level up. But anyway, let me show you how it's done. Just spawning or buying new weapons or armor isn't enough. You have to access the menu and select equip. Now, I think it's in the older games they automatically have them equipped if you want them to. But in this game, they don't do that. You have to manually select them. So, yeah. Which is fine. Anyway, select who you want to equip, I think he said, or whatever. You can choose change weapons. Well, I can go through that again if you... I think we're going to anyway. Armor and accessories, which we have nothing, period, for that. And it won't come until a little bit later. So, anyway, accessories have special effects. You can select what you want to... Now, it's very hard to do this, but there's a certain item I recommend you get. I haven't had any success in getting it other than cheat code, but there is a way to normally get it, and I haven't been able to run across it, but what it is an item that does everything. And it includes protect you from darkness, etc., poison, blah, 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 You just want to go with the one that has everything. Now, don't get me wrong, they're all pretty much cool and everything, but everything includes increasing your stats, whatever. You can, like attack, defense, magic, whatever is in it. But for me, I haven't successfully got it, but I know it's there. I didn't ever get it myself because I didn't ever get a chance to, because I always get frustrated and forgot about it too a lot of times. So yeah, I probably won't be able to do that through this Let's Play, but I will try to find out where it's at, because I know for a fact there's an item in here that you can get without having to use a cheat code, and I can't even use cheat codes anyway. Because the emulator sucks when it comes to trying to even put codes in there for this thing. So even if I wanted to and showed it on screen, I couldn't, to show it on screen. And it doesn't matter whether they say it's wrong or you people think it's wrong, I still can't do it anyway, because unfortunately the computer, it does not work that way. So in that regard, and the thing is a pain in the bum, because a lot of times that even though you install it, it's like you have to constantly reinstall the damn thing. It's stupid. And it's frustrating as fuzz. So I'm just going to try to play it normally and try to find it out. Try to find it. If I don't find it, I don't find it. I'm not going to worry about it that much. But, it would be handy. Anyway, just like what you want to change. Alright. Damn it, I skipped that. Here's the list. You know what, we might as well skip through all this and start over, because there's one or two items we're going to be flipping through. I'm sorry about the flipping, but damn it. It's not like we can't go through this again. So I'm going to. It's probably going on longer than I intended to, but damn it, it's for the explanation factor. No. Okay. Okay. Now, even though it says how to apply administrator, we're going to go back to this one again. Simply because we didn't get that on the screen. Now, we got this one here. Equipping weapons and armor is basic to battle. Let me show you how it's done. Just finding and buying. Okay, we've said all this. Is it enough? We got that. You have to access the menu and select equip. And select equip. And select who you want to equip. Okay, we got that now. You can change weapons, armor, and accessories. Accessories have special effects. Just select what you want to change. On the right side of the screen, and see that growth it was talking about, growth wise, you need to switch back and forth, but whatever. Anyway, on the right side of the screen, there's a list of what you can. Here's a list of what can be equipped. You can see the items effect here. See, Cloud has nothing right now, so wouldn't do any good to try to change his weapon. It won't be able to be just until a little bit later in the game. But anyway, change your weapon with the OK button. Make sure it'll increase attack/defense levels. Pay special attention to material slots. The slots that are linked are effective. Also check the growth rates of material. Now see, that is kind of confusing because from what I've heard, it has to be on double. But see, what it's saying here, as long as it's connected, you know, because it does affect it. I mean, it helps if you connect it. Like, you know, if you want, this is actually a true factor though. Use like the all material with cure, you can actually. This is the only way to do it because in any other Final Fantasy, you didn't have to have this. You had to have it for like dual cast for like a lot of things, but anyway. In this game here, you actually have to link it. And by that, you have to have it linked together. And the only way to do that is if it's, you know, connected together like it is right there on the screen. I would point my finger to it, but, you know. Anyway. Also check the rates of material. Alright, we have to push a different one. Now, when you want to remove an accessory, press the triangle button here. You should never remove weapons or armor. Actually, you should, but I mean, you can't anyway, as far as I'm aware of in this game, because the only way to remove them is to actually change them out with another one, as far as I'm aware of. But anyway, because you never will know when you'll be attacked after you're finished equipping. I don't know, it might be a glitch on my end, but I know for a fact that I've never actually gone in battle where I've never had a weapon on. Now, I've tried to unequip it, but you can't. So, yeah. Anyway, after you're finished equipping, you should re-equip your material. That's it. Now, how to apply material. Material can unleash hidden power in humans or beings such as Sephiroth. Anyway, so let's see how material is used. First, access the menu. Then select material. Select who you want to use it. See, it's probably the reason why they're selecting him is because he's the one explaining. I don't know. But anyway, pay close attention to my weapon here. Each weapon and armor has slots in them. Choose which slot you want to put the material in. Now select the material you want to use. This is curative material. If you want to know what its effect is, well, that was terrible. Anyway, line the cruiser up with check and press the OK button. Oh, okay, yeah, we're starting over that composition, but we're going to go a little bit more detail. I see what was going on. Anyway, from last time, it's just like selecting battle commands. Just line the cruiser up to a medic. Now, I forgot that we even had a discussion, but yes. Even though we're kind of going over this again, but there's going to be a little bit more this time, because I remember that now. I didn't remember that we were starting this from the different deal, that we had already started talk about with Barrett. But anyway, you can see that the available magic has increased. And MP needed 5 out of 60. Okay. Restores HP. And now you can use new magic cure. And that's all there is to equipping material. See, it wasn't that tough. When you want to remove material, it's easy as pointing to the material slot and pushing to the triangle button. What they're referring to is PlayStation remote control buttons, like I was trying to tell you before, you know, but not keyboard, because it's not even aware, I guess, anyway, that it's on the computer. But anyway, there's only one thing you have to watch out for. When you equip material, your condition changes. It's a little bit different from what he said before, but yes, it's all the same thing anyway. Parts of you will become stronger. ... While others get weaker. Normally, when you equip magic material, your magic power will get stronger, but your physical strength weakens. Yeah, he's actually true, right about that, but you know. Luckily, it doesn't weaken that much, but you can also increase it anyway. Like you doing different, stuff, leveling up, blah blah, Anyway, so material is kind of a double-edged sword. Equips restore magic. Quotations. Right? Left side of the screen shows the effect of the material. Yeah, like okay, here's the ability list and equip effect. Cure strength minus 0 1 in red. Cure 2 magic plus 1. Region max MP 0.2%. Cure 3 max MP plus 2%. Now to the next level is going to take me 2,500. Now that's going to take a long time. I'm going to try out everything. Actually, and that's all. I'll tell you about some of the finer points next. Actually, what I meant to mention is, in terms of materia, now, not everything will be linked. Now, even though you can put them together like ice and I think it's thunder or whatever that we have now, but yeah, it's not going to be linked no matter what. However, it will be linked to the all materia, and that's the only way to use it. Anyway, how to save. How to heal your how to heal your allies' curative magic, weapons, and armor. How to apply materia. Effective ways to use materia. Access the menu if you find materia. There's a lot of different materia around. This is one of them. It's all materia. If you equip this alone, nothing will happen. It's true. It's a little tricky, but I'll tell you anyway. Now look at my weapon. Look closely at those two slots. They're joined together as linked slots. You've got to remember to put it into linked slots. Thank you. Anyway, different material will affect each other, but only if the slots are linked. Just to show you, let's put some all into one of the slots, and lightning in the other. Now we can use bolt on all the enemies, but it's limited to once per battle. Okay. Combine different things, and you'll come up with different results. Actually, that's true, now that I think about it, because, see, but the thing that they're not telling you, though, is if you level up your all, the more you level it up, the more you can have a chance to do it more than one time per battle. But there's still a limit, so, yeah. Because it depends on how much, what's left of the enemy. Anyway, it doesn't do it like, you can do it in like in Final Fantasy VIII, where you can like double, twice it in one shot, or twice it. This time you can only do it one time each time per turn. So anyway, you'll come up with different results. Combine and restore and all. We'll let you use cure for your entire party. There are also many useless combinations. Useless? For example, restoring lightning. Bolt and cure can be used normally, but there won't be any compound effect. See? Specialized material like all is called support material. You can tell the difference just by looking at the material's color. This may sound weird, but did you know material grows on its own? Even if one of your allies uses it, it will continue to grow with each battle. As its level increases, so will the effects of the magic you can use. I told you, all works once per battle. Not true. But they can work twice, see, but that's conflicting. Anyway, but it can work twice or more as it grows. When you get it to the master level, the material will divide itself, looking like it's giving birth. Disgusting. But that master material won't grow anymore. When you can't take material on anymore, you'd better sell it or dump it somewhere. You can see the useful functions here. Arrange, exchange, remove all trash. You can arrange material. Remove all material from your weapon. You can throw material into the trash. Oops, relax, I wasn't gonna dump it. Let's see. This is a special menu for you. Oh yeah, it's been a long time since I've actually used that one. I probably won't be able to use it as often because I'm not sure how if I can remember to always do that, but anyway. You can exchange all material you have between allies. All effects on paired menus. You don't actually have to do it this way, but it's probably a lot quicker. I don't know, it depends on what your terms of quicker is, but anyway, yeah. Anyway, between allies. All effects on a paired magic. Anyway. Even if they're not in your party. Now about materials growth. The growth rate depends on what weapon or armor it's put into. Some will double in growth, while others won't grow at all. In most cases, the material's effect won't change, whether you put it into a weapon or armor, but elemental and other effect are completely different depending on whether they're put into weapons or armor. I'm sorry for coughing there, but anyway. You've got to think about what weapon or armor to use, or what material combinations will be the strongest. I remember hearing once about extraordinary material somewhere in the world. I think I've told you just about everything I can. Not everything, but we'll cover that here in a minute. Okay, how to form your battle party. I'll explain your party's order in battle. First, access the menu and select order. Next, select who you want to switch. Next, select the position you want. This will change their position in battle. In this case, there isn't any advantage slash disadvantage. But when you select the same person twice, it will place them in either the front slash back row in the battle. That's actually or, but anyway. When they're on the left side of the screen, that'll be the front row. ... When they're on the right, that'll be the back row. When they're in the front row, you can select attack. You can inflict magic damage on your enemy, but you will also receive greater damage. While in the back row, although you do less damage to the enemy, you also receive less damage for magic attacks. There's no difference in difference in damage between the front and back rows. There's also no difference when you use long-range weapons. It's better to keep weaker enemy members in the back row. That's it, of course. I'm better off in the front row. Actually, that's not true. Because actually, believe it or not, you can actually attack enemies in the back with the person that has a weapon. Okay, let me be more specific there. Like a gun type person doesn't matter what type it is, or a boomerang, because those kind of weapons are shooting projectile weapons, and they get more damage from the back row than they do the front. It's actually a proven fact, and they can also attack the back row and get more damage to them. Now, the person in the front row cannot attack the people in the back. They can, but only after they put less damage on them. Now, if you've seen my first battle when I did that, you'll know what I'm talking about. But anyway, yeah. People in the front row will get more damage, but only to people that are in the front row of, the enemy that's in the front row. People in the back row, this is for only people in the back row that can do better damage, whether they're in the front or back. It makes no difference for the people, the enemies that are in the front, but it does make a difference for the people that are in the back. Yeah, and as far as I'm aware of, I think it makes no sense, but for a lot of times you'll receive more damage when you're in the front row, and then in the back you'll receive less damage. It's back and forth. But anyway, for magic, when the enemy is using magic, like if the enemy uses lightning, it'll be less. I believe it's in the front row, but in the back you'll receive more damage or something like that. Sometimes it's like that. I don't know. Maybe it was just a glitch or something, but something about it being actually that you receive less. I think it's like you can receive less physical damage if you're in the back row. For anybody. But for anybody that's got a weapon like Cloud, like the blade types that actually physically hit, they're basically better off in the front row. But if it'll let you before the next turn, which you would have to try to get the game to glitch, otherwise there's no other way to do it. But anyway, to put him in the back row so that if the enemy does attack, he'll get less damage. I've never been able to do that, but it's been possible by someone else. I saw it on YouTube once. I don't know, maybe it's been taken down, but yeah. Because see what it is physically wise. What it is you go into Cloud can do weaker damage whether they're in front or back if he's in the back row. Now, if he's in the front row, he can do more damage, but it doesn't matter whether he's in the front or back in terms of enemies that are in the back row on their side. Yeah, that's gonna suck, but the bonus effect is as long as you've got someone like Barrett, that has a weapon type deal, it's like a gun or a boomerang or whatever. Yeah, as long as they're in the back row, they can hit them a lot better, and you're probably better off just letting them attack them. You can still have that person that has a weapon like Cloud or whatever, they go ahead and attack, but yeah, to just because they'll die quicker, and it's much better anyway if you just let the ones that have to be in the back row to do any bit of difference to do that. Because if you put Barrett in the front row, less damage whether they're in the front or back. I think it. I don't know it. Well, yeah. Anyway, how to check your status? How to check your status? You must know your current status. That's one of the basics of battle. Access the menu and select status. Now, if you're a person that has to try and concentrate on the battle, this is actually kind of irrelevant because it's a lot of times when people are having problems with concentrating, and they have to try to focus more on the battle than they have to do on the status. It's going to be tougher than heck just trying to keep up with the status. So, what my suggestion to you is, however, is to try it whenever you can to look and see if your HP is low. And I mean to the point that you have to use an item. Now, just because he's down just a little bit on HP or she, don't worry about it. You can if you want to, but being as you're limited on like potions and stuff when you first start out, it's just recommended you try not to use your potions up. Because it's just like you're going to need them later anyway, for the most part of the game. So basically, with that said, you're just better off if you do it this way. Anyway, that way there you still have more when the time comes. But unlike later on when it doesn't really matter because you've got more money by then. At least I would hope so anyway. Next, select the member you want to check. Were you surprised at the amount of information? Not really, but anyway. Strength 22, Dexterity 9, Vitality 20, Magic 24, Spirit 18, Luck 18, Attack 40, Attack percent 96. Defense 20. I believe it is anyway. Defense percent 2. Makes no sense, but whatever. Magic attack 24. Magic defense 18. Magic defense percent. I don't understand it, but anyway, 0. I'll explain the order. Limit level 1. 156p. 8xp. 1228p. Okay, anyway. First, there are your experience points and your level. The more experience you get in battle, the stronger you become. This gauge or gauge tells you how many points you need to get to the next level. If you can't beat stronger enemies, raise your level by fighting weaker ones. You'll improve your physical and magical skills. Next, HP and MP. HP is your life force. When it reaches 0, you won't be able to fight. MP is the source of your magic power. I don't know how many times we gotta say that, but whatever. Every time you cast magic, you use MP. And when you run out of MP, you won't be able to cast spells. This is called the limit gauge or gauge. It shows your anger level. I'm to F off when you reach that limit. Anyway, the gauge is full. You can use a limit technique. I'll tell you about limit techniques later. You know the battle commands are classified roughly into two groups. Attack is for regular physical attacks. Magic and summon cast magic attacks. Each has attacking power, defense power, and escape probabilities. Okay? Value depends on your equipment and experience level. The total effect is on the chart below. These are commands you can use in battle. And your presently equipped weapons, armor, and accessories. Press the OK button here one more time. Element attack: fire, ice, lightning, earth, poison, gravity, water, wind, holy. Have fire, ice, lightning, earth, poison, gravity, wind, water, wind, holy. Invalid. Huh? Anyway. I thought that would have been immune, but whatever. Fire, ice, lightning, earth, poison, gravity, water, wind, holy. Absorb fire, ice, lightning, earth, poison, gravity, water, wind. I should warn you here, though. You see these right here in gray? Don't be surprised if every now and then if I look at this, that like a lot of it won't be lit up in white. Because of the fact is, I won't actually have the item that's necessary to have all that for every one of these. Now, I know for a fact there's an item that does. I think it's a ribbon or whatever. But there's another item that does, it's kind of like a ribbon, but it does everything. I think that's what it was, but I think I've actually had the ribbon, but I'm not sure how I acquired it. I don't even remember that. But anyway, there are all types of attacks. ... Some monsters are weak against fire. Others are weak against ice or lightning. The material items you have. Okay, like that guy I showed you on the screen that had those guns in his hand, he's weak against lightning. But he's also weak against physical attacks. But, you know. Anyway, if you're high enough on your physical strength, it's not going to matter whether you use magic or not, because most likely your physical damage would be a lot more stronger, and it's going to kill him off way quicker than it would be to use your magic. So, whatever. Anyway, the material or items you have can add these elements to your attacks to protect yourself from them in an enemy attack. This chart shows your current attributes. Press the OK button here one more time. The chart below means added effect. Yes. Effect: attack, death, near death, sleep, poison, sadness, fury, confusion. By the way, I've heard fusion or fury, I think it is actually a little bit more better in terms of getting your limit rank. I didn't know much better until I watched the next one, but anyway. Confusion, silence, haste, slow, stop, frog, small, slow, numb, petrify. Region, barrier, in barriers, reflect, shield, death, sentence, multiple, preserve, peerless, paralyzed, darkness, defend, death, near death, sleep, poison, sadness, fury, confusion, silence, haste, slow, stop, frog, small, soul, numb, petrify, region, barrier, in barrier, reflect, shield, death, sentence, manipulate, berserk, peerless, paralyzed, berserk, darkness. Now, manipulate is a little bit more effective in Final Fantasy VIII than this. And there's another thing. Don't be surprised if this doesn't get showed up or doesn't completely show up either, because I won't have the item for that. That also, I believe, is included in the ribbon, if I'm not mistaken. But anyway, it's an accessory. Some enemies will use sneaky attacks on you. These attacks change your condition. Now, see, I've never been able to get every one of these ones to light up for me. But anyway, these attacks change your condition, such as ... sleep, confuse, poison, darkness, petrify, silence, small, frog, and so on, etc. These conditions disappear after each battle, except fury and sadness, which will remain. To cure these conditions quickly, use items or magic. These are specific medicines for each condition. I know I'm repeating myself, but ... when you're taken out in battle, I mean, when you're almost blackguard, use life, magic, or the item Phoenix down. When you change material or equipment, which, by the way, there's material that does that, but there's also another thing. Actually, I meant it, but there's actually 3 ways. But anyway, you can when you change material or equipment, it's best to look here to check on them. Mastering elements and additive effects ... will make your battles safer. That's all. Not really, but you know, whatever. About limit status. Beginner's Hall. Here are a few hints on limit techniques. When an enemy has pushed your anger to the limits, you can unleash an unimaginable power. I have the power! Anyway, you know what I mean, right? The trick is how to use it. Access the menu and select a limit. Now select a member. Now decide what your limit will be. Set break level. Level 1, forever. Level 2, nothing. Level 3, nothing. Level 4, nothing. Lower limits have less power, but you can use them more often. If you set your limit higher, you can inflict great damage, but you'll have to wait longer. There's actually 2 or 3 of them, I believe. Only a few of them, though, actually have 2, and one of them have only 1, which is level 4 actually only has 1 limit to it for them. I know, but anyway, level 1, I don't believe I've actually unlocked all 3 of them, or 4 of them, whatever, but there's actually more than 1 limit to it. But yeah, level 2 I believe has only 2, and level 3 actually has only 3 or 2, but anyway, yeah. Anyway, but you'll have to wait longer. After using this technique for a while, you'll improve your technique. Your development will change. Now see, you want to be very careful as to not get level 2. You want to go ahead and unlock all the other ones before you, even if you did unlock it, make sure you get, like, you know, the others before you switch over, because it makes a difference. You don't have to, but I would. Anyway, your development will change depending on how you fight. I can't tell you how it would change. That's something you'll have to find out by yourself. I've heard a rumor about secret items that inspire ultimate techniques. I don't know whether or not those items really exist. What he's referring to is they actually do exist, but they really try not to give that away. Or so sudden anyway. That's it. Try everything out and use what's best for you. Now, see, that's what I said. I'm the one that officially owns it. I said that before you. Anyway. Or what best suits you. Other things to watch for. You probably know all this, but just in case, I'll go over it. Oh god, another one of those lines, but you barely know what I'm saying. Until you get instructions, don't open or take discs out of the PlayStation. After you open up the disc cover, I can't guarantee what'll happen, that's all. Okay. That's all. There's a little bit more if you continued on while I was doing that before you interrupt him. You know, like instead of saying that's all, you just get a little bit more than that. So, yeah. You know. This is the fabled save point. You can use a hit and or select save. There's more to look for, something called secret. Even if you go right down, if you save, you can restart from that same point. That way you don't have to worry when you've been wiped out. This is jumping ahead a little, but when you leave Midgar, once you get to the world map, you can save anywhere you like. Remember that. That should be all you need to know about the save point. I'll probably see you again somewhere on the road. Take care. I'm a treasure chest. Beginners, make sure and keep an eye out for me. Don't be saying a name. Dizzy. Anyway, expect not. Help. You gotta hang in there. Your limit gauge is starting to build. Ah. Okay, now your limit gauge is full. Go ahead and use it. What was your time limit break? Nick. No, Nick. Wow, that's going good. All you teaching, Melissa. Great. Okay. Now let's see what these guys have to say. Could actually talk to these guys and just like the same stuff and do that, but I think we'll just stop right here. Okay, can't talk to them. Magic. Help! Calm down. When your enemy uses magic, counter with magic barrier or reflect. Magic barrier reduces the damage received from your magic by half. And reflect bounces the attacks off you, but the number of times you can use it is limited, so be careful. Bang! Owned. Great. So pounded, bud. Hey, so tell us about battles when we'll even pay you. I'm not hard up enough to take money from guys like you, but I'll rap with you for a while. Okay, this is something we can go into when I've got a little bit more time. So we'll do that next time. Yep, we're going to count it off here. I'm going to save it, and we're going to call this an episode. I'll be back in a little while. And anyway, this is Your host, True This Game Evil on YouTube, Black King on Facebook, or should I say, like my content, like my page. As always, this has been DBDKMP for the games. You know, the Black Death King, Master Professional, yo, in the house. Peace and peace out, y'all. Until next time, until then, later, guys. Later. Alright, I'll talk to you guys later.